Alrighty folks, back for another vlog. Went on a trip to Montreal recently and I just shot a couple of clips on my iPhone 15 Pro, ProRes RAW, and I'm kind of blown away at the image quality here and the range for a damn phone. Pretty sick. Back again, doing some more documentary stuff, 3-camera interviews, FX6, A7S III, Sony FX6. We finally figured out a good configuration for 3 cameras. The FX3 in the front is with the 35mm, that's the center angle. And then to the right is the A7S III with a 50mm lens. The subject will be on the left with, frame open on looking to the right. We're using the Aperture 600X, putting it through some unbleached muslin. I had been calling it bleached muslin, and I'm surprised no one really called me out on the comments, but I was calling it the wrong thing. I always have a polarizer, got the floppy for doing some bounce on this, and then Amaran T4C tube light for the hair light. This is Eric's kit. He was the DP, and I was a camera operator. It's always nice when we, have a nice big space, a lot of depth. Brought out the projector mount again. It's starting to come out with me pretty much every time I do interviews, and we're keeping it really low. It just, really helps adding some texture to the background and kind of keeping things a little bit out of focus. Amaran 300C here, just using that to bounce light off the ceiling, adding to the ambient exposure. And sometimes though, when we don't have enough lights, we got to keep like one light on. We'll usually, in this scenario, I think we had the lights in the back were on, just using the 300C to give some more pop. So it was 2 interviews today, 2 locations. I think this came out pretty dope. So at our next location, again with the projector mount, we did some fun stuff, kind of creating some textures on the wall. This interview came out really cool. Then we also, Eric's like, oh, let's also throw the 300C on the background and put it through the stairs. So we got a lot of cool shapes of light on the wall. Setting up again, as you can see, same sort of setup. I really like this BTS photo. Man, 8 years ago, I was driving around the DMV, filming weddings, filming events. I was in college. I got that throwback Snapchat memory, which I always honestly love seeing that stuff, but this one, Canon 6D 24-105, that thing was my bread and butter back in the day. Hockey season officially ended. We got destroyed. It was a playoff game. Not thrilled. It happens though. But it's been super fun, and I'm trying to play more in a few weeks for the fall season. Really nice location today. More interviews. Pretty much all of the same stuff. Putting the light through some unbleached muslin, the key light. Again, Eric's the DP, I'm the cam op, so he's bringing the lighting package, but I also bring my projector mount and we put it, I don't know if you can really see here, but I just kind of pushed it right onto that tree over there, and it was kind of helping create like little shadows. For B-roll, I was rocking the sack. Tried out the Blazar 45mm Anamorphic 1.5 squeeze. First time ever shooting anamorphic. This was an EF mount. It's the one with the amber flares. This was actually just like a test because I have an upcoming spec project that I'm going to be shooting anamorphic. I think we're going to use Atlas Mercury lenses. I don't want to talk too much about this. I expect a video from me. Just kind of like my first initial thoughts about the Blazar. Spoiler alert, it was really fun. I feel like I got really into shooting anamorphic. And I guess in that future video, I'll kind of share my experiences, what I learned, but it was really fun. Working on a passion project. It's a documentary. My buddy Rich, he's a milliner, a hat maker, makes these awesome, bespoke, one-of-a-kind custom hats. Been starting to work on post-production, starting to make some moves. This has been like a really fun project. We shot FX6, FX3, and Carl Zeiss Jena lenses. So be on the lookout for more stuff with that. I'd like to finish it up this year. Probably will have a screening at some point. Got all my hard drives here. I need to update my reel. I want to wait until I finish up that documentary I was just talking about, and I have some spec projects that are coming up that I think is going to be really crucial for my reel. So I'm just going to wait for that, just making selects in the meantime. Off day calls for testing things out gear-wise. I have the 300B. So I love using this 300B for my projector mount. For certain jobs, I have been using this as a key light, but I kind of noticed, maybe because, so this is Mark 1, maybe because it's old and I've used it 100 times, but listen to this.
That fan is bumping, and that's a problem for me. So this is fine for this configuration that I have it with, but I can't use it as a key. I believe the 300B Mark II is much nicer version of this. The fan is probably quiet. I heard it's very similar to my 720B, which is right here, but I like keeping this as my key light because it's my brightest light. So anyways, I might be selling the 300B. I don't really want to spend $1,000 on replacing this. Maybe I could just get a one with less output, because truthfully, on the projector mount, I actually don't even, really crank it that high unless I'm using it from outside or out of frame and trying to fake some window light kind of stuff. The weird thing is everything is opposite. So moving this from the top, so now I'm on the left side, it's gonna move the right side. You could use this to focus in and out. I like keeping stuff a little out of focus, that looks a little bit more natural. Other times we're gonna be using this pretty low, just for like a little pop. Open it back up. I kind of made it like a little square for it to be like a fake window. After watching a Grip and Gaffer's video, he said because of the way that these cob LEDs are made with this like boom, 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 it won't be usable to projector mount. And now I see what he's talking about. Those weird little lines. So when you're fully focused, it's fine. That I don't worry about, but I like to do stuff out of focus. And then you can kind of see that. That's really kind of whack. Let me see with a GoPro and see if it still bothers me. Full focus, it's fine, but I'm not gonna ever shoot like that, right? I don't know, there's definitely some weird aberrations and stuff going on. I don't know. Now that I see it, I'm not crazy about it. Oh well. Definitely out here, that's for sure.
But yeah, that's about it for this week, guys. If you've made it this far, let me know if you have any questions down in the comments. It could be about anything. I've been freelancing for, my first ever freelance gig was 10 years ago in college. So, I've been doing this thing. This is my main form of income. And I've learned a lot of lessons over the last 10 years. So if you have any questions, it could be about anything, ask it in the comments. I think I want to do on these vlogs, like not saying like a full dedicated Q&A, but if there's a question that I think is a good question and can provide value to you guys, let me know. And, maybe for the vlogs, I'll just sporadically answer questions. So hope you guys are having a great summer. Thanks as always for listening to me ramble about this filmmaking stuff. All right, guys. Peace.